Hi, I'm Cameron Hart, project engineer with Duffey Southeast on site here in Duluth, Georgia. The goal of this project was to deliver an antenna test site to the client on time as effectively as possible with a lot of variables to consider. There was a lot of earthwork, a lot of concrete, a lot of time and effort from Duffey and our trade partners in order to achieve a successful project. So if you come over here and take a look, this is our assembly pad for what they would call either the dish or the reflector. This pad is 2'6" thick of reinforced concrete, and what this does is it allows them to attach their assembly that bolts into the steel embeds that will support the infrastructure of this dish in order to build it and then set it with the crane. So the difference between the assembly pad and the actual pad for stacking the antenna is this foundation is 2'6", the other foundation is roughly 10 feet. The amount of strength that resides within these foundations to hold these platforms is pretty intense. I mean, it goes back to your total infrastructure to be able to support your assembly. So if you come over here and take a look, this was our first foundation pour that will support the smaller of the two antenna assemblies on site here. A little bit of perspective, when you guys were last here with us, we were pouring the foundation, which starts at this expansion joint and then creates the octagon shape. And so this foundation helps support the antenna teepee, which you see here. Along with that, we had set our steel embeds, which support the anchor bolts. And this is what holds the teepee in place. This is what they use to level out the base and hold this teepee in place so that when this antenna is active and it's moving, this foundation helps support it from ultimately tipping over or ripping itself out of the ground. Over on this side, we've got our electrical components that support the distribution and power systems for the teepees. May look just like a bunch of gray boxes, but it's pretty intense electrical components that will service this specific antenna teepee and system for its desired end use. So in order to get us ready to start placing the foundations and the slab to support these antennas, we had to build a retaining wall that's 326 feet long and at its highest point is 35 feet. Almost 2,000 yards of concrete went into the placement of this wall. Without the retaining wall, the site doesn't get built up to grade. You don't meet those strengths and compactions that you need in those soils in order to be able to excavate and place the foundations for the antennas. In order to deliver the site to our client, a lot of time, effort, communication, scheduling, not only from Duffey as the GC, but from our trade partners as well, really paid off when you come back out to the site and you can see what you built has came to life and the end user is getting the benefits of what you built for them.